What's the dumbest thing an ex ever said to try and win you back? She said she was going to kill herself and tell everyone I R'd her in her self-termination note if I didn't take her back. I screenshotted the conversation and emailed one copy to her mom, one to her dad, and a third copy to the local. I don't negotiate with terrorists. I said your name when I came in her mouth. I was still thinking of you. Oh, well, in that case. My ex-husband told me he wanted me to come back and that if I did, he'd treat me like a queen. Even dumber, I believed him. But now you are a nacho queen, so that's nice. My mother got a phone call from his mother about 6 weeks later, asking for us to get back together. He was 24, I was 22. That he was really sad on losing his virginity to me, and if I didn't do it with him, he would never move on and keep stalking me. I wouldn't have broken up with you if you sent nudes. I only want to be with you. Clearly, you cheating bee. I've been effing a lot of girls since we broke up. Let me show you how good I've gotten. Wow, you drive a hard bargain, pal. Edit. Also told me I was being childish when I declined. I'm just kidding. We're not really broken up. Me. WTF. No, sorry. That's not how this works. Edit. Some more info. She broke up with me over the phone, during which I tried to rationalize why, how, what went wrong, etc. I talked to her for a good 30 minutes at least, but she was content with saying, sorry, it's over. I rationalized and accepted and was ready to move on. Heart tender, obviously, since the relationship was real for me at the time. At this point is when she said, just kidding, we're not really broken up. I was just testing you to see if you would fight for the relationship. I lost my crap. No, that's not how any of this works. I hate to break it to you, but your plan backfired. We really are broken up because you do not test me like this. Not like this. Okay, I know it was bad to dump you while you were in intensive care, but you were really bumming me out. You're a lot better now though, so it's all good. Was in and out of critical condition and had several emergency ops over the course of 5 weeks in hospital. He dumped me over the phone while I was lying in my hospital bed. After I was discharged, he waited 2 months, then tried to come back. He also never came to visit once. He said he didn't want to see me that way as it wasn't very attractive. Told him to get effed. He didn't come, so I wasn't cheating, said after catching her effing another guy in my bed. I don't think either of us have the right mental state to date other people right now. Come home, please. Bring McDonald's. I know this must have been frustrating for you, but I love it. The presumption. It's breathtaking. He broke up with me by sort of ghosting me after 2 years together. He wouldn't show up when we had plans, then text me later and apologize and say sweet things, but go on to ignore my calls for a week. He set his status to single on Facebook, so I figured it was done and deleted him. Almost a year later, he sent me a text saying he was sorry, that he was willing to talk and answer any questions I had. And that he regretted what he did because I was the second best girlfriend he'd ever had. I crap you not. I told him I didn't need his answers and didn't want to be his friend. He never bothered me after that. I didn't love you then, but I love you now. B, you cheated on me 2 days ago. What a coincidence. I loved you then, but I sure don't now. My phone rings. Hey, just wanted to let you know that I'm getting married this afternoon and I'm pregnant, so now is your last chance. 2 years later, my phone rings. Hey, I'm pregnant again and getting married again, so this is your real last chance. You'll catch her on the next one. Tried the old fake pregnancy to keep me around, only thing is, I'm female. I'm not sure how he thought he could convince me I was pregnant. I'm pregnant. Wait, no, that doesn't make sense. You're pregnant. Well, she started the apology off by punching me in the back of the head. Is that not how you start an apology? If we break up, it's just a matter of time before you ask for your laptop back and I use it for school, so I'm going to have to drop out and my kids are going to be raised in poverty. Do you really want that in your conscience? Edit. I lent him my extra laptop before I realized he bleeds all the women in his life dry of all their resources. I wasn't about to let him keep it after the crap he put me through. I got my laptop back when we broke up, and he destroyed the power cord and messed up the laptop to the point that it wouldn't run. I fixed it, but lesson learned. Darn. I once dated this guy who literally carved my name into his hand. He said he did it because he couldn't afford a tattoo. And when I broke up with him for it, he said, "But your name is carved into my hand." I'm not sure if that was supposed to make me stay or if he at that moment realized how stupid he was. We don't have to be boyfriend and girlfriend, but I don't want you doing it with other people. Is this the part where I say rip inbox? My new girlfriend is terrible. I miss you a lot. Like, I sometimes regret leaving you. You are so much better than her. Just so you know, I'm going to dump her soon. After we go on vacation because I'm using her miles to buy my ticket. There are so many things wrong with that. And the vacation was 2 months away. I told him he had made decisions, so I didn't feel bad for the fact he missed me and never spoke to him again. Had an ex tell me that if I did not take her back, she would sue me. Long story short, I'm now a proud owner of a victory in court. Your Honor, I demand the plaintiff sleep with me and take me to dinner. I'm the only one that wants you. He decided to make a grand gesture for my birthday, which was about 6 months after the breakup. He had a cake made in the shape of Australia. He had it shipped to me in a locked steamer trunk. Keys in the card. All of this was based off of a line from Dr. Horrible's sing-along blog. She may cry, but her tears will dry when I hand her the keys to a shiny new Australia. This is after I found out that I was the other woman, and I had started to date someone else. It was just painfully awkward. Side note, the cake was dry. That's a lot of work for it not to be moist. I thought you'd miss me by now. No, you lying, cheating bastard. Finally broke up with him after 3 years. His big gesture to get me back, an email about how he couldn't live without me, ended as follows. I get now that you're not a W. That's why I treated you the way I did. I thought you were a W, but I see you're not. Wow, be still my beating heart. A month after we had broken up, I started dating a new guy. My ex told me that he would cut his hair to look like the new guy's, dress like the new guy, and act exactly like the new guy if I got back with him. I just missed the boy I used to know. Then she turned around and walked away. She later texted me, "I wanted you to run after me. You obviously missed the part where this was a Nicholas Sparks story and not real life." But my mom and I were talking. I know it's been like a year, but I've asked out 4 other girls and they've all said no, so I thought I'd try again with you. Nobody will ever love you like I did. Great, I could do without being loved via a fist to the stomach. My abusive ex-husband sent me a long impersonal email 3 years after I left him. My favorite part was, "We should get back together. I don't want to be with you, but by some miracle of God, I might grow to tolerate or even enjoy your company." He was serious. I laughed for about 2 minutes and then sent screenshots to my boyfriend. I didn't F both of the twins, I only F'd one. Spoiler. I know I cheated, but your D was better than his. Edit. Well, I come home from work and this crap escalated. Even got gold. Thanks, you piece of crap. I was thinking about you the whole time. After telling me she didn't love me, leaving the kids with a friend whilst I was at work so she could go get drunk with her male friend, getting drunk whilst throwing my son a birthday party and texting her male friend whilst locking herself in the bedroom and letting the other parents run the party for her, I was at work. The final straw came when she told me I wasn't invited to a party her brother was throwing, so I had to stay home to watch the kids. She had left herself logged into social media, so her intimate messages to her male friend were pinging up every minute or so until he told her the taxi was outside. I changed the locks that night and packed her clothes and put them outside her mom's house. When she came home, she was screaming and throwing bricks at the house, so I told her if she didn't leave, I'd call the police. Drumroll, please. But you can't just turn off 10 years of marriage. You must still love me. I would have treated you better, except I thought you'd never leave me. I promise I won't try to stab you again. I would have married you, you know, if we had stayed together. Wow, so you mean we could have been in this hideous codependent sham of a relationship forever? Him, just talk to me and tell me why. Me, because it's not working and I'm not happy. Him, but I've changed, it'll be different. Me, no, I've made my decision, I'm done, we are over. Him, is there somebody else? If there is, just tell me who he is, tell me who you're effing. Me, I'm not doing this. You're acting crazy. I'm hanging up. Him. If you hang up on me, I will terminate myself. Me. Stop this. You can't guilt me into staying on the phone. No, I've got crap to do. I have to go. Him. What do you have to do? You're just standing in your living room talking to me on the phone. You don't look very busy to me. I can see you, you know. It was a long-distance relationship. He lived in a town across the state. Stalking is not flattering. It's terrifying. You're just standing in your living room talking to me on the phone. You didn't even look very busy to me. I can see you, you know. It won't happen again. We were 17, and it was so obvious that he was cheating, the guy didn't even try to hide anything. I still remember getting a message from his best friend saying, So, he and her are all over each other at the moment. Bless your socks, Dylan. Saved me a crap ton of teen anguish. He tried to stop me from leaving by asking what day it was. I was surprised to hear that because it was exactly a year since we got together. I didn't do it on purpose, it just happened so. I answered, Why, it's the 5th of December. And he said, Please stay with me until the new year. To be in that mess for another 3 weeks? No thank you. The same ex tried to get me back after that by saying that I'm ugly and won't get another man even if I try to pay him. When I asked how he had tolerated me for so long, then he answered, Could have tolerated you for the rest of my life. Romantic. I'm paraphrasing here, but it boiled down to, this guy I cheated on you with is so awful, we should hang out. And I was like, Nah, B. I'll publish every nude pic you sent me. I left him anyway. He never published anything. Left a dead rose in my mailbox after calling my house about 100 times. Called later and asked if I liked my present and told me that's how he feels without me, dead and withered. Somehow I was not moved to take him back. I bet he thought it was a super poetic gesture. Come on, take one for the team. What? Cheated on me with more women than I have fingers and toes. Then I found out. Tore him a new one, and he goes and gets a huge tattoo on his forearm of a nickname he gave me that I never liked, and was shocked when I told him to go deep throat a cactus. I'm pregnant. Oh man, I always wondered how the hell people expect this one to lead to happiness. My mom is a nut, and when she was young, she had a habit of trying to get knocked up to get men to stay with her. They left anyway, understandably so considering what she's like, and she had 5 abortions. You'd think she would have realized after the first guy and first abortion that it wasn't a great plan. I drank alcohol and took pills. So I said I will call the ambulance and her mother as well. Of course, it was a lie. You'll never be with anyone like me. Well, yeah, that's what I'm sure hoping. Edit. Wow. Thank you so much for the gold. To everyone for contributing, I came into work this morning feeling sick and gross, and this has cheered me up immensely. I'll stop burning your food if you come back. B, WTF, I thought you just couldn't cook. Before breaking up, we had a series of conversations to try to work things out. After I ended it, he said, I didn't realize all the stuff you talked about mattered that much to you. Your sisters are hotter than you, but I like your personality best. Thanks a peach, but no thanks. Broke up with my ex, yet she would still text me constantly. One day she tells me she has cancer and is in need of immediate surgery. I ask her what specifically, and she tells me she has cervical cancer. I ask for facts, and she throws some at me. What she neglected to remember was that I worked in medicine, in a surgery unit, with 2 OBGYNs. I helped them daily perform the exact surgery she said she needed. When she was done, I replied with a very long text detailing how everything she said wasn't factual. Never heard from her again. If your first child born is mine, I will eat the placenta. We were 15. I'm ready to try anal. I had to pull over my car because she was threatening to jump out of the passenger door. When I finally pulled over on the side of the road, we were about a mile from her place when she started marching down the road. I have a bunch of crap in my trunk because I picked her up from practice that afternoon. If you don't take me back, then I'm going to tell my parents that you AR'd me. Continues marching toward her place with tears down her face. I broke up with her that night because she stole my car, punched my best friend in the face, hit on my other friend, and then talked badly of my parents. Yikes. I know it was wrong of me to try to separate you from all your female friends. I just get jealous sometimes. Give me another chance. We can compromise. I'll stop complaining about you seeing them as long as you're not alone with them. We broke up. He said he was moving to the East Coast, and if I moved with him, he would take care of me and wouldn't have to work again, and I can just live with him and clean and cook. This proposal was while we were broken up, so the opposite level of extreme. He treated me like property. I was done. My ex tried something similar. I broke up with him and he offered to marry me. It was like, ex, that is clearly the exact opposite of what I want. Not me, but a fellow student. She found out that he was going to break up with her. She thought, if we have a kid, he wouldn't break up with me. So she stopped taking birth control, got pregnant from him, and gave birth to his child. He still broke up with her. She told me this story casually at lunch when her daughter was at the university. Edit. I meant daughter. English is not my mother's tongue. You left a hole in my heart. I'm really sad, so I've just been filling it with boys and alcohol and weed. I got so effed up last night, I don't even remember if the guy wore a condom. That's the impact you had on me. I miss you a lot. College girl with a BS in clinginess. Broke up with some crazy bee. How did she try to get back together? The classic, I'm pregnant, followed by 2 weeks later, I lost the baby. Then a few days later, I'm still pregnant. It was twins, but I only lost one. Bizarrely, no children were ever born. Did, not said. He decided to play his bagpipes outside my dorm at 1 a.m. right after we broke up to express his love for me. Dunno how he thought that would win me back, especially when he was turning my entire dorm against whoever was responsible for bagpipes at 1 a.m. Can you remind me why we broke up? I crashed my motorcycle and was in a coma for a week. I have memory loss and can't remember much from the past year. I don't remember breaking up. Things seemed so good. Why did they end? Unbeknownst to him, I was close with one of his friends at that time. None of that ever happened. It was a complete lie to get me to take pity on him and talk to him. I'm not sure how he planned on making that one work. He was emotionally abusive when we were together. Apparently, he thought he could still manipulate me. Please leave your story in the comments. I would love to make a video on them in the future. Also, don't forget to like and subscribe.